Welcome back to the Travel in Asia Vlogs edition. I am so excited to show you my top 1 dream destination ever since I was a little kid. Our journey started here in the Philippines at the Naya airport, and we're going to Narita airport in Tokyo. And let me tell you, it took me months to process all of the emotions and the fact that I'm actually going in Japan with my family. During all those months of process time, waiting game, happiness for me was an understatement. So imagine how I felt when the night before departing, Ivan, my boyfriend, said, "What if I'll come with you just for a week and then I'll come back to Italy because he has to work, right?" So I was like, sure, why not? We immediately locked in. Suddenly we were looking for flights, booking the accommodation, getting the tickets, and I was happy as fuck. I'm sorry for the French, but bear with me. Imagine being in your early 20s, going in your dream destination with the love of your life and all the other loved ones with you. I'm sure that sentence would have made little me cry tears of joy, like non-stop for hours. So, let's start. Despite of the early flight, we actually arrived around about lunchtime, and Ivan was already in Tokyo. Surprisingly how we booked the flight last minute, but he arrived earlier. And he was already at the hotel while we were trying to figure out where to go, what to do. As you can see, I used a cover for my suitcase just in case, but we all knew that Japanese people would have taken care of them like newborn babies. There are 2 airports here. One is Haneda, where Ivan went, and this is Narita, and both of them has a train that takes you to the city center. So after getting our tickets, at first we were lost, but we asked around and used Google Maps, so we managed to get in and enjoy this view. You would ask, how did you use Google Maps? We had our SIM card that lasted for the week that we were staying there, and Ivan prepared his eSIM, which is easier because you don't have to switch. And you can avoid the risk losing your original one. After getting off the second train that took us to Ueno, we immediately went to the first restaurant that we saw, and it was ramen, of course, because how could you go to Japan without trying it? And it was absolutely delicious. Even though it's summer and it's hot, it was perfection. And finally arrived at the destination, our accommodation that was very cute, clean and tiny, but perfect for our needs. And I will show you at the end of our journey the room tour. And after resting for a bit, we went straight out to have dinner, and let us take you to Ueno district. Of course, the first thing I had to try was takoyaki because I've always dreamed about eating the original one ever since I watched Diabolik Lovers when I was little. And guess what? I love them. We went to 7-Eleven to withdraw some cash and look for possible midnight snack. I found this ice cream that is perfect for the matcha latte combo with the ice, of course, as well with mini matcha ice cream with other flavors like vanilla and the strawberries. At last, we chose a place to eat, which was more of a bar rather than a restaurant that you go after work and drink and eat some appetizer like this one that was meat, and it was very good. We also ordered mini shrimps and fried oyster, which had a particular texture. I'm not a fan of it, I prefer fresh ones. We also got other stuff like barbecues and small things. And then I was so surprised and happy to see most of the shops still open because that let me wander around, and Ivan knows very well that I could spend hours looking at possible shopping to do, and I found many things. As for those mascara, matcha, many snacks, the shop had everything, also vending machines. Standing and looking around can be tiring, but in my case it was overstimulation in a positive way, and I was so happy and hyper. In fact, we went back to 7-Eleven and I tried my first ever corn dog, which I fell in love with. And talking about love, this is the currency that they have, and you better believe I did confuse the 10,000 with 1,000, and the cashier was polite and kind enough to notice it and tell me about it. Most of these products were included in our room, and I was in love. There's also a huge laundry room in the garage, which we were trying to figure out how to use, as well with the toilet. Then eventually we figured it out because they're all like that. Let's play, shall we? Try to guess what's the first thing we ate the next morning. Oops, didn't give you much time, did I? But of course, it was onigiri. Did I or did I not tell you that I fell in love with every bite?
Yum. Well, no.
It's almost scary how I just woke up and got ready and still look haggard, but anyways, I didn't. I just was excited because I knew what came next, which was my matcha latte combo. But first, we had to get ready for the hot weather in Disneysea, so we got some refreshing wet wipes and a spray that you put on your clothes to make them refreshing, and they do really work and they're very useful and a game changers. After the matcha latte, we went straight to the metro to get to our destination, and we did get lost at first, but then we eventually managed. There's a good reason why they suggest you not to use Google Maps, because they are not Japanese written, but we still managed somehow. When we finally arrived, we got lost for a minute because we didn't know that this place would be this huge, and this was just a station, okay? They had another metro especially for Disneyland that was this very cute one. We got a separate ticket for it, and they have 4 stops. The first one was in fact the station that we arrived in, the second one was Disney Resort, which is this one, the third one is Disneyland, and the fourth one is Disneysea, which had a huge line, which you will be seeing at the end of the video, but not to be afraid, because once they open the gates at 9 a.m, you can easily access the park with 15 to 30 minutes waiting time, because they still have to check inside the bags whether you have food, bombs and stuff like that, and also the tickets, of course, which is a QR code that you can get by buying the tickets online, and then you're in. So you don't actually need to be here at 5 a.m. and wait, because that is too tiring, but if you want to have your pictures without people on the background, you do need to be first in line, and hope that there won't be, but that's just inevitable. Which, as you can see from the entrance, there's lots of people who want to be here, and talking about it, I was amazed at first because I was like, wait, this looks familiar. Is this Italian architecture? Are these actual Italian names? Yes, they were. Spoiler. And I was looking for the bathroom at the left side, and there it was, Venice, and I was simply amazed because that is one of my favorite cities in the world. That aside, look at those details. Remember to bring a tumbler with you so you can fill it with water in these fountains. They took care of every single little detail, and it's just outstanding. They had this huge lake at the entrance where they do have a final show at the end of the day, which, spoiler, we didn't attend because we were too tired. Personally, I entered this place without knowing much, except for the fact that they have amazing rides in here, and in fact, they didn't disappoint. Because I didn't want to spoil myself, and I won't be doing that with you as well, so let's enjoy it together, shall we? The first ride that we've been to is the Rapunzel one, which is the only one that I knew about, because that alone was enough for me to say I want to go to Tokyo Disneysea. And yes, we waited for more than an hour under the sun with these amazing views, and that was fine by me, which is surprising because I hate to get sunburned. Can you recognize that artificial volcano? That is from Neverland, Peter Pan. And then we finally got in. I was so excited, you could already hear Rapunzel sing. They literally give life to the animation, and I seriously try to film everything, but I'm just a human. On to the next ride, which was the Frozen one, and we waited here for a couple of hours, but at least we were inside with air conditioning, and we managed to explore the house as well. It was long as hell, but we managed to explore all the 4 rides of Spring Fantasy, which consisted in Frozen, Rapunzel, Peter Pan, and the Tinkerbell ride as well. Now, if you ask me, I would love to come back here, mainly for the late show that we skipped because of lack of energy. My point being here is that even with all the VIP passes, one day it's not enough to explore everything, but I am pretty satisfied with all the rides that we did. And all of the walking around, I loved it. So let's enjoy this ride.
者はこっちだよ。
心にささやくの
氷について心を動かしたんだよ。
For me, all the waiting was worth it, and this was probably Ivan's favorite ride of all. And yes, I am not sure if he saw the films, but I am planning to force him. Don't tell him that, please. This ride, you can absolutely skip it because we didn't know that it was for kids, basically.
チーズのお休み旅行待っていたの。代わりに配達よろしくね。
Sure, it was pretty and fun and cute, but you can absolutely avoid waiting 1 hour for this because it's just basically going around and looking at big ass flowers, and I do love flowers, and they actually show you different seasons. And now we can go to the Peter Pan one, which I didn't know that it was a 3D experience. So we got our glasses, so sometimes you'll be seeing some funny animation. I couldn't make you wear properly the glasses. I tried, you'll see that, but yeah, you'll enjoy it nonetheless. So let's get ready, shall we? After that, we were walking around and I saw this magnificent place that was very exotic. In fact, it was an oasis, and we got something refreshing because it was really hot. It might seem superficial, but I was so amused by the umbrellas, and all of the other decoration made me want to explore the world even more. New cultures and new places like the sea city. And then here we were looking for souvenirs. My brother wanted a cup, and then we went to the jungle, to the, I don't know how to call it, Jumanji thing, probably, or not. It's giving Temple Run vibes. It's probably called Indiana Jones, I'm not sure about it. And we had the VIP passes, and you know about the IKEA effect? I felt like we didn't fly for it. It was very fun, but not as much as the others. And here you can see our pictures of the House of Terror, which is another ride. And I couldn't record that either because otherwise my camera would have fallen. But I did enjoy this souvenir shop, which we didn't stop by because I didn't want to disturb the others. I'm sorry, shy type here. And then we got some snacks because we were hungry. We got those churros that had a very particular taste, and got some oolong tea, which is very popular here in Japan, and got some hot dogs as well with the special sauce. And you know what? I would love to taste those churros again because they were like cheesy but sweet at the same time. And then we needed to rest a bit, so we sat down to this boat that goes around the park, which was very lovely. And we waited just 5 minutes to get here, and I almost fell asleep, to be honest. But then the sun goes down and it was getting dark, so I went to this place that was very shiny and it was Toy Story themed. So I was looking for the mochi aliens, but unfortunately I couldn't find it. So we took a last walk and decided to finally go home because we were pretty tired. We got the ticket to go back, and then from there on it went all straight. We decided also to get some skincare after showering and everything. So before ending the video, I wanted you to see some clips that my mother took. Enjoy watching! So, in the meantime, that will be it from my side. I really hope that you liked this video as much as I did, and let me know what's your favorite part in all of this. I can't wait for you to see the next video. Stay tuned. Bye bye!